Hi, I'm Wayne Milicic from the Move Like a Child program, which is a program about addressing the deep underlying causes of muscle and joint ache, sore and pain that so many people get through all different parts of their body. Now I just want to have a little discussion about pain. A lot of people have screwed thinking about pain. On the whiteboard here, what I've got is a line drawn, a continuum between pain at one end and pleasure at the other end. Now we could go a stage further to ecstasy at this end and a stage further to agony at that end, but I'm not going there today. Between pleasure and pain we have comfort, discomfort, ache, sore and pain. Now every one of us, our physical body lives somewhere on that line 24/7 our entire life. Now we know that 8 out of 10 people, 80% of the population, lives on this side of the line, put up with some sort of muscle and joint ache, sore and pain on a very regular basis. Elbow with this, knee with that, high grade, low grade, neck, whatever it is. But most people are living on this side of the line. Okay, here's the question. There's a line drawn between comfort and discomfort. Which side of that line would you rather live? Well, I figure that's a no-brainer. We'd like to be on the comfortable side of the line. Yet most of us are living on this side of the line. You see, pain, when we get pain, that's telling us significant harm, damage has occurred. Stop, rest, let it settle down. Discomfort, ache and sore here, this is the body's early warning system telling us that low-grade damage, low-grade harm is occurring. But how many of you people have learned to live with your discomfort, ache and sore? Maybe you've even been told that you have to learn to live with it by a health professional because they haven't actually been able to help you. You've done your exercise programs and all those sorts of things and I've done the treatment, but it keeps returning. Well, there's some deep underlying causes that I want to share with you. But let's go back to this line again. You see, we shift up and down this line. When we get close to the pain down here, we take the painkillers and anti-inflammatories to settle it down, and we shift up and down, we hover up and down, and no one does anything about this until it flares up. So let's take someone that on average lives there. They move up and down the line, take the painkillers and anti-inflammatories, and no one does anything about this until it flares up. They cross the line down here. It is now severe enough, bad enough to interfere with your life. You cannot go to work and put food on the table for the family. You can't do your sport and recreation, the golf and the garden, play with the kids, or the fishing, whatever it is. It gets in the way. And then we go and seek help from a health professional. Now myself, I have a background as a physiotherapist, but this program is not from within physiotherapy because I've stepped out of there somewhere else and found some amazing, interesting, deep underlying causes. You go and see the health professional there. They'll give you stronger painkillers, stronger drugs. They will do some acupuncture, will help settle the symptoms down. They'll click the joint, helps relax the muscles a little bit and it feels better. They'll move the joint around again because it's looking a bit stiff and it does help free it up a little bit. And they'll give you some exercises to strengthen the weak muscle and stretch the tight muscle, which helps again a little bit. And it gradually settles down. They'll put a machine on or some electrical stimulation on and give you some advice. And because it does help settle it down a little bit, it settles it down and you go back to, great, I'm okay again. I can get back to work. I can get back to my golf and tennis and do the garden and go fishing and play with the kids. And then we get on with life and living. Get alongside this person at this level here and ask, how are you? How are you getting on? And do you know what everyone says? And you probably say it too. I'm okay. Well, are you? Because you see, in 6 months' time, 12 months, 18 months' time, it all flares up again and you have to go back and see the same person again with the same problem. They do their treatment and it helps settle you down and you think, I'm okay again. Are you really? Because what's going to happen? In another 18 months, it all flares up and we keep going around that cycle. How many of you people are going around that cycle? And huge numbers of people are going around that cycle right there. Well, that's a picture of your life if that's you. How good does that look? What quality of life have you got if you're going around that cycle? I would say it doesn't look very good to me. And some people, what's your future hold? What happens over time, it takes a long period of time, this average point shifts further and further and further down here till eventually you now cross the line permanently. And how many of you people know someone that is so broken they can't do, the quality of life is completely gone? They'd love to be able to mow the lawns, but they can't. Even though they hate mowing it, they'd love to be able to do it, but they're so broken. That's what your future potentially holds. It's only going to take 20 or 30 years for you to get all the way down there. You see, we have to recognise pain. Significant damage, harm has settled down. Stop, rest, let it settle down. The discomfort, ache and sore, this is our early warning sign telling us low-grade damage. It's telling us something's got to change here to get out of that cycle. But what do we change? What we change is deep down here, feeding right in from down here, that you have to understand and know so that you can break out of that cycle and head in that direction. And with this Move Like a Child program, people shift that way amazingly quickly. And you see, a lot of people will say it's the tight, weak muscles down here that's causing the problem. No, they're only a further symptom to something deeper down here. When we solve the problem down here, the muscles are no longer tight and weak, and now we don't get the ache and sore, and now we break out of that cycle and head in that direction. You see, a lot of people live with this saying, no pain, no gain. And it's brought about some screwed thinking on this pain issue. You see, no pain, no gain only means no sacrifice, no commitment, no dedication, no change, no gain. You try and get rid of an old bad habit, introduce a new good habit into your life. That can be painful. It's the anxiety and the fear and the remembering and the forgetting and the guilt. It's not pain in your body, it's anxiety, mental pain. No one's ever run a marathon without pushing through the pain of exhaustion. I'm sure we've all done that somewhere in our life, push through that exhaustion. It's not damaging or harmful pain. You can go to the gym and pump a muscle to the point of fatigue and burn. That's the acid waste building up, saying stop, rest, let it flush out of your system. You can be walking up the steep hill and your legs are burning. You've got to stop and rest and let it settle down, let it flush out of your system before you can keep going. Now those are non-harmful pains. But now we have harmful pains. And remember that the discomfort, ache and sore, they're just low-grade harmful pains. And we think, I'm okay, no pain, no gain. Suck it in, harden up. And what a lot of people have done is lumped all the pains together and said any old pain is okay. Well, try this. Hit yourself on the thumb with a hammer. That's pain. Is that gain? Not. Is having your sore knee, your sore shoulder, your sore back or neck, is that gain? And we'd have to say, not. What we have to do is start to separate these pains, non-harmful from harmful. And for every pain, there is a cause. It doesn't happen for no reason. And as much as you've tried all the exercise, you've done the strengthening and the stretching, you still have, most people still have their problem. So what is it deep underlying that's causing that? That's what I can share with you on this Move Like a Child program. I hope to meet up with you one day on that.